Michael Jordan, what might be said about him, his daddy, right now in Hollywood? Many individuals come up missing. Miguel was who placed Jay-Z on, undoubtedly, and afterward, Enormous L passed on. And afterward, the before you know it, Jay-Z needed him out of the business period so he could dominate and be the greatest. Why has Jay-Z been concocting you of late on the grounds that he's a beast tuning up people? Penny West has been dropping some information bombs about the clouded side of the music business. And presently the fact of the matter is out incidentally. Those doubts he had about dark rappers being forfeited for benefits were right on target. That is correct. The business has been advancing a debilitated and contorted round of sequential killing. With regards to dark specialists, particularly rappers, it's crafty. Definitely I got individuals to take care of. I got a variety of things to take care of, yet don't blindly believe us. Even the major associations behind the marks are letting it be known now the residue, the viciousness, the peril, it was all essential for their detestable arrangement to line their own pockets. Yet how could they put their own craftsmen at risk? That is the million-dollar question. My companions go to Apple at this moment on the off chance that you go to Apple, right? Currently go to Apple Music. We should stack up the main 10 melodies. I promise you their advancing dark sequential killing. It's not difficult to excuse Kane as an insane connivance scholar, yet it's turning out to be progressively challenging to reject that he was onto something. When he initially began discussing this stuff, individuals thought he was completely insane. That now that the suits are confessing, all it's the ideal opportunity for us to confront the stunning truth that we've been oblivious to for a really long time. Welcome to the clouded side of the dark music industry. Truly, this a lot of youthful dark male rappers continue biting the dust. Who's not biting the dust? Record chiefs. Enough record leaders that push for them to keep on making tunes and make a culture that is fixated on death medications and sex. Period. Tane's feelings of dread aren't unwarranted. Dark craftsmen and rappers continue to get killed savagely right, left, and center. It is moronic to accept that it doesn't have anything to do with the way of life being advanced through their music. The business is fixated on it, yet those record leaders, they're not passing on in light of the fact that they don't push this culture on their own kin. Yet they're empowering you to push it on yours, and they're paying you liberally to do it. Now is the right time to discuss the dreary truth behind the dark music industry. Who's liable for all the savagery and medications that are being pushed on youthful people of color? You got it, their own personal record marks. These names are glad to benefit off the hazardous and unsafe way of behaving of their craftsmen. Not only one they're advancing dark, the red media is bringing in cash off of blacks being chronic executioners to one another, likewise misanthropic. Yet Kanye is one of a handful of the who has the guts to get down on the media for benefiting off the abuse of dark rappers. We as a whole realize that music effectively affects society, and rap is no exemption. When dark rappers extol sexism and brutality, it makes an impression on their crowd that this conduct is satisfactory. And we should be genuine. That is simply not cool. Yet who is experiencing the most these poisonous messages? You got it, the African American population themselves. It just so happens record names are truly reassuring this destructive way of behaving. When rappers discuss medications and brutality, it produces contention which places them at the center of attention and makes them more attractive. And for the names, everything unquestionably revolves around that openness, regardless of whether it's pessimistic. Yet this ploy not just damages the standing of dark specialists, it likewise advances the utilization of medications and firearms in the African American population. Currently, we're beginning to hear from industry insiders who are shouting out stand by listening to what Woman Run needs to say regarding dark craftsmen. Offering their spirits to the names now is the ideal time to truly investigate the clouded side of the dark music industry and expectation better for our networks. I never do. I sign you, I own on you. I don't do that the attitude doesn't sound right individuals, tolerating that doesn't sound right individuals, being pleased with that doesn't sound right. We've been taken care of alive for a really long time. Dark rappers and performers aren't innately rough or medication fiends. As a matter of fact, incidentally, the names are the ones pushing these hurtful generalizations on these specialists for their own monetary benefit. These names have full command over the craftsman's music and way of life driving them, with no decision except for to consent. It's a miserable reality. Yet the names own these specialists, and they're willing to seriously jeopardize them just to create a gain. And on the off chance that you're as yet not persuaded, we should discuss drill rap, a subtype of rap that began in Chicago in these tones. Rappers gloat about killing their operations or opponents, frequently youthful individuals of color, very much such as themselves. The verses are coarse and fierce, intended to stun another crowd. Yet the results of this culture are too genuine. Some drill rappers have lost their lives, including TDOT Wu. And it's not hard to see the reason why, when viciousness and demise are celebrated in music, it can have genuine outcomes. Now is the ideal time to break liberated from these unsafe generalizations and request better for our dark craftsmen to be viewed as people, not pawns in the music business. Down the music business dim history with savagery goes way back. The grievous homicide of Big Deal Smalls, perhaps of the greatest name in rap history, was not only a silly demonstration of viciousness, it was a determined move by his own companion and record mark pioneer Diddy. The famous large had become too large for his name, and Diddy saw a chance to get considerably more cash flow by disposing of him, even right up. Till now, Diddy is as yet benefiting off of Big Deal's music, yet stand by it deteriorates. Diddy was additionally ensnared in the demise of Tupac, one more unbelievable dark rapper. These two symbols of the music business were taken from us excessively soon, and it's hard not to contemplate whether it was all only for benefit. Diddy has been procuring benefits off of Big Deal's music, even after his passing, since he held the privileges to his collections. It's not hard to envision that Diddy's inspiration driving killing Big Deal was to hold him back from leaving his name. This occurrence set a trend for dark craftsmen being seen as conciliatory sheep for the record mark's financial increase. Tragically, Big Deal's destiny isn't a nice disconnected episode. Lately we saw a comparable misfortune when XXX Experimentation, a rising star in hip jump, was mercilessly given external. A South Florida cruiser shop. His music and public picture were loaded up with debate, viciousness, and sexism. He had a croak record that included accuses of burglary, attack of a lethal weapon, and home attack. Furthermore, he was blamed for homegrown maltreatment by his then sweetheart, who was pregnant at the time. He argued not liable, yet the charges were significant and upsetting.